If somehow this Luka for Anthony Davis trade works out, Nico Harrison may look like the best GM of all time. For the record, I am a Mavs fan and think this was the worst trade in NBA history, but if it does work out, here's how he could go down as the GOAT. First, let's get the bad out of the way. He let Jalen Brunson walk in 2022 to the New York Knicks. Brunson is now the face of the franchise for New York. If we're being honest, though, no one saw Brunson turning into what he is, and the Mavs don't get Kyrie Irving if Jalen Brunson stays on the team, and then who knows if they even make it to the finals with a Brunson-Luka backcourt. Most of Nico's trades look terrible at face value, but more times than not have turned out good. Back in 2022, he traded Porzingis for Dinwiddie and Bertans. At the time, we hated it, but we don't make that run to the Western Conference Finals in 22 without Dinwiddie, and KP just didn't work here. 1 year later, he made his biggest splash getting Kyrie Irving for Dinwiddie, Dodo, and a future first-round pick. A trade that everyone hated at the time, but has turned out to be one of the bigger steals in recent memory. During the 2023 draft, he jumped down from pick 10 to 12 while acquiring Derek Lively, dumping Davis Bertans' contract for free, and then getting Omax Prosper essentially for free as well. And during the trade deadline last year, he brought in PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford to help out a miserable defense. ESPN at the time gave the trade a D. The Mavs don't even sniff the finals last year without that trade. Their defense went from a bottom tier to a top tier because of these trades. And now in modern day, he traded our glorious Luka. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely devastated from this trade, but will remain hopeful. There's no excuse for Nico at the very least to try to shop Luka. But at the end of the day, the goal is to win a championship. This team, I believe, is good enough to win one in the next year or two. Maybe Nico and Dallas know something about Luka we don't. Whether it be his calf injury that may never go away, a drinking problem, or just the fact that he will not put in the effort required. Assuming there's not some sort of collusion going on here, I have to assume there's something not being shared to the public regarding Luka. This is not only the boldest trade in NBA history, but the boldest trade in sports history. And if Nico is right and the Mavs get a title out of this and problems with Luka remain, he will look like the greatest GM of all time because of it. Because this is a move no one else would make. Odds are he's going to go down as Satan to us Mavs fans. But I am willing to give this team with AD a chance, and let's see what the hell happens.